Hey, chicks, let's chat. So listen, I'm in a good mood. We got a lot of things to talk about. I'm probably gonna shoot a couple videos, but let me jump into this right. So I don't know if it's just me or, you know, from the questions that I've asked a couple different people, they say they've experienced it too. So tonight rather, what is the deal with black women supervisors? And now I know it's a general broad statement, and it's definitely not to say that, you know, there's no good black women supervisors. I'm not saying that at all, because I have had the privilege and the pleasure to be supervised by some outstanding women. So shout out to them. But just as well as there are outstanding women in that field, in the managerial sector, the opposite has to hold true as well. But it just seems like it's just a tad bit different with us. For some reason, it seems like when we are in a managerial role, sometimes we are extra angry, extra nasty, extra chest poked out, extra my way or the highway, you know, closed to compromise and closed to the possibility that someone else can be right also, you know, or someone else's idea may work. And I'm just wondering, like, what is that about women? And I want to say that it's women in general, because I tend to see that across color lines, that a lot of times, you know, and it's very unfortunate that when women are supervising other women in particular, there seems to be some problems and clashing. And I'm just wondering, you know, why is that? I don't know if women feel that they, you know, have to be, you know, have as much bravado as their male counterparts. But the reality is that when a lot of my experience has been that when males are supervising us, they are a little more genteel. They don't have that extra bravado. They may have that with other men, but with women, they tend to, you know, maybe that's just them erring on the side of caution. But they tend to, you know, be a little more chill and laid back and enjoyable to be managed by. But when it's women on women, it gets weird. It's as if, you know, there's something to prove. I know you the boss. I know you the supervisor. What else is there that you need to prove? So, you know, I just don't understand it. You know, where does that come from? I know, I remember one time, I was, you know, applying to work at a school, and that lady said she was the principal, so she was doing the hiring. She said, "Oh, no one here likes me," and da da da. Okay, that's a red flag. I don't even want to work here no more. If your teachers don't like you, that's a problem. All of the teachers don't like you, not just some of them. I mean, and of course you're not managing and you're not going to work to be liked, but it helps in any sector if you are, versus everybody just can't stand you. They hate coming because they hate seeing you. You make their day bad. Like, if you're that supervisor and you're that person that's making everybody's day terrible, hey, lady, go reevaluate yourself and what you got going on. Maybe you need to step away from the field. Maybe you need to go on a long vacation, because it makes no sense if you are the one who making everybody hate their job. And it's sad that is the case in a lot of situations. It is not even the job. It's the fact that you're making people hate the job because of the way you manage, because of your attitude while you're managing, because of the things you do that are unprofessional. Right. And it's like you dare someone to call you on the carpet. I don't know what that is, but I have always told myself that when I'm in those positions, I will not be her. I would not be that supervisor that you hate to see coming. I don't want it attached to me, and I don't want it attached to my name or my likeness that I was that type of supervisor. And I know, the other kind where, there are people pleasers and this and that. Okay, those kind of supervisors can be tough to work with also because they don't have no backbone. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that it just seems like there is a preponderance of times when we as black women get in supervisory roles and we can't handle it. And when I say we can't handle it, it's not that you can't do the job, it's that you don't know how to interact with your people. You don't know how to interact with your people, the people that are your subordinates. You don't know how to supervise them. I don't know what it is about some supervisors that they think that they are the end and be all. And they don't realize when you came to that job, you had just finished looking for one. When you got that one. So when you leave or before you leave, guess what you're going to be doing? Looking for another one or getting ready to retire or getting ready to start your own business. So it's foolish to treat people like that this job is their only option. No, it's not. It's not their only option. And in with this new generation coming up, either the mindset or something is going to have to shift with the supervisors, because this new generation, they don't keep jobs for long anyways. The concept of them working the job 30 years and retiring, out the window. Not going to happen. Right? So these old school supervisors, that y'all set in y'all ways. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to share this story. I had a supervisor, and she wasn't, now this young lady right here, she was a woman. She wasn't us, though. She wasn't a black woman. But do y'all know this helper had the audacity to suggest that myself and my assistant get something out of the garbage dumpster outside. She said that we needed to get it out of the dumpster. Now, who with common sense would tell, listen, lady, you see when I come in here every day I'm casket sharp. What makes you think I'm finna get in anybody's garbage can? After the Florida heat and rain done hit it a couple days in a row, it's nasty, got dumpster juice all in it, and you see nothing wrong with suggesting that I or my assistant get in the garbage can to retrieve the items. Wasn't going to happen. And the audacity of her to think that it was okay to suggest getting in a dumpster. I mean, those are kind of stupid things that people do and that people say. And it's like, well, who thought you were smart enough to be a manager? Who hired you, lady, for this position? Because perhaps you can do your job, but you don't know how to handle the people that you're supervising. You're an idiot for suggesting something like that. Right? So it's across the board that I have seen the most silliest things done and said when it comes to, women being supervisors. But like I said, in the same component, I have seen some wonderful, and I have the privilege to be under some great supervisors currently. But the stuff that I have seen and experienced, and like I said, in particular, my concern is always how we can elevate what we can do to be better, to walk and perform in excellence. And so, I have had those experiences with women of color, just, over managing. A lot of times that's what it comes down to. It's like, you feel the need to just be extra mean, extra bossy, extra, and I'm like, where does that come from? So if you operating in a managerial role currently, I don't work for you. So, you know, just think about what I'm saying and self-check yourself. Make sure that you're not that person that is showing up to work extra bossy, extra mean, don't want to take nobody, you don't want to consider any other option or any other way but yours. Your attitude, you put unnecessary rules and, just ridiculous. Like I said, going back to the teacher, she was saying, the principal, she was saying, oh, no one here likes men. They can't dress down on Fridays. They have to, like, I don't understand that. When everyone else has a certain privilege, why would you go out your way to make sure your people don't have it? And expect morale to be high. That's crazy. You know what? Let me tell you something. One thing about it, when you at your jobs, don't be afraid to speak up. They gonna feel how they gonna feel, but you talk your talk respectfully and in a way that makes sense. Make your points. If you have to type them out, whatever, make your points, but speak. Don't remain quiet when you see foolishness going on, because it affects you. I am bewildered as to why we're grown operating within these companies, doing the best that we can. Hopefully you do your job at the highest level that you can. I feel like that's how I do mine. But when you know that you're doing that, when things are happening that don't make sense and that are not right, why are we afraid to say anything? I have the same bills what everybody else have. And maybe not the kids, but hey, I'm a big bill myself. It's things that I don't want to stop. I don't want the check to get cut either. But more than that check, I want you to be able to respect my mind and know that you're not just gonna handle me any kind of way while I'm on this job. No, I remember I'm working the job and they sending out emails. Oh, the numbers are going back up, so we're gonna work from home. But it's according to each department's department head. Well, guess who was our department head? Yes, it was one of us. And guess what? Our department was one of the few that was not being afforded the luxury to work from home, when our job absolutely said you could absolutely do our job from home any day of the week. But because she was standing on what she stood on, remind you why she worked from home when she wanted to. But it was a department full of minority women mostly. And she really did treat us however she wanted to, treat us like bottom of the barrel. I don't know if it was because the position did not require a degree, but you could believe the other departments who did require degrees, they were working from home. Yeah. But now our department, who could have worked from home and it not been an issue, she was refusing to let us work from home. Okay, so then why are we even getting these emails having to hear about everybody else that get to work from home? That's like taking a kid to the candy store but saying, oh, well, you can't get none. Well, what we in here for? Like, if we're not going to get these same privileges as the other departments, you can take my name off the email. I don't even want to know that they're getting afforded those luxuries. So, okay, that was the first week we get the email. And, of course, they tell us right away, oh, well, this don't include you. Yeah, we know. So, by the next week, same email coming. I'm like, you know what? Wait a minute now. They getting a whole nother week home. And again, it's not us. Let me email the HR director and see what's really going on. Because if you are allowing the other people to work from home due to the numbers rising, it don't matter. Are we not to be included? No matter if we get it. Like, shouldn't we be included too? Y'all don't care if we get it. You care if everybody else in the company get it, but you don't care if we get it. Who? All right, listen, I tell you what. After I sent that email to HR, guess what little department was working from home for the next 6 weeks? Ours. So, like I said, like when y'all see things going on, I don't care who the supervisor is, who the department head is. Listen, if you don't, and it's not to say that you're always going to be right, but at least make them explain it to you why you're not right. When it seems like there's something unfair going on, explain it to me. Make it plain so I can understand and that I won't be feeling like, hey, I'm being mistreated, because that's what I'm not going for. You ain't gonna handle me any kind of way. On the job, outside of the job, that's just, we don't do that. I don't feel like God gave me the good sense and the words and the articulation and the mindset comments. I don't think he gave me all of that for me to allow myself to be mishandled by anyone. So yeah, again, like I said, if you are those nasty supervisors or department heads, whatever, and you're making everyone's life terrible because you hate your job, or because, you know, you going through a midlife crisis possibly, or whatever the situation is, your churn driving you crazy, I don't know, you know, you want a promotion and they done skipped over you 11 times, maybe there's a reason. But if you are that person, listen, take you some time off and regroup so that you can stop making everybody else's life miserable.